Hello students, welcome to SRM Biology classes. The most important topic in this chapter is factors affecting the rate of photosynthesis. Finally, the photosynthesis is defined as the conversion of atmospheric carbon dioxide into carbohydrate derivative with the liberation of water and oxygen. Such a unique type of biochemical reaction is purely designated as photosynthesis. It is defined as the aggregation of carbon dioxide, water with the help of sunlight, with the utilization of mineral nutrients, with the help of chlorophyll pigment, the atmospheric carbon dioxide is reduced to carbohydrate derivative with the liberation of nascent oxygen. Such a unique biochemical anabolic process is called photosynthesis. In order to determine the rate of photosynthesis, several factors will play a very important role. Some of the important factors that determines the rate of photosynthesis are namely the internal factors and the external factors. Note, some of the important external factors that determines the rate of photosynthesis are namely, the first important one is temperature, the second one is oxygen, the third one is temperature, the fourth one is mineral nutrients. In addition to this, the carbon dioxide and water are some of the important external factors that determines the rate of photosynthesis. Some of the important external factors that determines the rate of photosynthesis are namely light, oxygen, temperature, mineral nutrients, carbon dioxide and water. Are some of the important external factors that determines the rate of photosynthesis. The first important one is light. In order to convert atmospheric carbon dioxide into a carbohydrate, we need the essentiality of sunlight. Sunlight is the supreme source of energy that will play a very important role in converting light energy into chemical form of energy through photosynthesis. In case of light, the quality of the light. Secondly, the intensity of the light. And finally, the duration of the light will play a very important role in determining the rate of photosynthesis. The first important one is the light quality. If you observe the visible spectrum, you can find it presence of 7 colorations. In that, the blue and red light will exhibit maximum efficiency in determining the rate of photosynthesis. Out of blue and red light, red light will exhibit maximum rate of photosynthesis compared to blue light. Red light will exhibit maximum rate of photosynthesis compared to blue light. If a plant is supplied with only red or blue light, just with a supply of single wavelength of light to the plant, the rate of photosynthesis is subjected to, decrease. This unique concept is called red drop effect, or it is also designated as Emerson effect. If a plant is supplied with only red light, instead of exhibiting maximum rate of photosynthesis, with the supply of single wavelength of light to the plant, the rate of photosynthesis is subjected to sudden decrease. This unique concept was discovered by Emerson. Yes, it is popularly designated as Emerson effect. It is also designated as red drop effect, with the supply of only red light to the plant, resulting in the sudden drop in the rate of photosynthesis. Hence, it is popularly designated as red drop effect. This is with reference to the light quality. In this, the in the visible spectrum of the light, out of the 7 colorations, the blue and the red light will exhibit maximum efficacy in determining the rate of photosynthesis. Out of blue and red light, the red light will exhibit maximum rate of photosynthesis. For the first time, Emerson is supplied only a red light to the plant. Instead of exhibiting maximum rate of photosynthesis, the rate of photosynthesis is subjected to sudden decrease, resulting in the Emerson effect, or sudden decrease in the rate of photosynthesis is evidence. Hence, it is popularly designated as red drop experiment. The next important aspect is with reference to the intensity of the sunlight. With reference to the intensity of the sunlight, with the increase in the intensity of sunlight, the rate of photosynthesis is subjected to increase. If a plant is exposed to short duration to a high intensity of sunlight, within a short duration, it exhibits 10% saturation. Once the saturation point is reached, the rate of photosynthesis, it remains same. That unique concept is called 10% saturation. Once again, I will repeat the interpretation. If a plant is exposed to high intensity of sunlight, the rate of photosynthesis is subjected to increase. If a plant is exposed to high intensity of sunlight for a short duration, within a short duration, it exhibits maximum rate of photosynthesis, resulting in 10% of saturation within a short duration. Once the saturation point is reached, whether the intensity of the sunlight is subjected to either increase or decrease, the rate of photosynthesis remains same. This is with reference to the intensity of the sunlight. Finally, with reference to the duration of the light, with reference to the duration of the light, weak light for longer duration, weak light for longer duration exhibits maximum rate of photosynthesis. Weak light for a period of long duration, it exhibits maximum rate of photosynthesis. If a plant is exposed to high intensity of light for a short duration, it leads to denaturation of chlorophyll pigments. As a result of photooxidization of chlorophyll pigment, it leads to decrease in the photosynthesis. As a result of exposure of leaf to the high intensity of sunlight for a short duration, it leads to solarization. In a valid terminology, the solarization is defined as, especially in the summer months, when a plant is exposed to very high intensity of sunlight for a short duration, leads to photooxidization of chlorophyll pigments. As a result of decoloration and disintegration of chlorophyll pigments, the rate of photosynthesis is subjected to decrease. That unique concept is called solarization. Is the phenomenon resulted due to the high intensity of sunlight. Hence, in determining the rate of photosynthesis, light will act as a critical and crucial factor in converting light energy into chemical form of energy. With reference to quality, some of the important point to be remembered is, you have to remember Emerson effect. Out of blue and red light will exhibit maximum rate of photosynthesis. Next is blue light. In addition to this, with reference to the intensity of sunlight, if a plant is exposed to high intensity of sunlight for a short duration, within a short duration, it exhibits 10% saturation. Once it reaches to the saturation, the rate of photosynthesis remains same even with a decrease or increase in the rate of photosynthesis. With reference to the duration of the light, if a plant is exposed to weak light for longer duration, it exhibits maximum rate of photosynthesis. If a plant is exposed to high intensity of sunlight for a short duration, it leads to solarization. Solarization is defined as, if a plant is exposed to very high intensity of sunlight, leads to light oxidization. As a result of photooxidization of chlorophyll pigments, the chlorophyll pigments are subjected to decolorization and disintegration. With the disintegration of chlorophyll pigment, the rate of photosynthesis is subjected to sudden decrease. That unique phenomenon is called solarization. That point should be remembered for 1 mark questions. The second important critical and crucial factor in determining the rate of photosynthesis is oxygen. With the increased availability of oxygen leads to photooxidization. As a result of photooxidization, resulting in the sudden decrease in the rate of photosynthesis. Sudden decrease in the rate of photosynthesis. This decrease in the rate of photosynthesis because of the supply of very high concentration of oxygen is popularly designated as Warburg effect. Warburg effect. According to Warburg effect, if a plant is exposed to high concentration of oxidization as a result of photooxidization, the ribulose biphosphate carboxylase enzyme will get converted into ribulose biphosphate oxygenase enzyme. With the oxidization of photosynthetic enzymes, the rate of photosynthesis is subjected to sudden decrease. Such a unique decrease in the rate of photosynthesis is purely designated as Warburg effect. The next important aspect is called temperature. The temperature is one of the critical and crucial factor in determining the rate of photosynthesis. In converting light energy into chemical form of energy during the course of photosynthesis, it makes use of several types of enzymes. All enzymes are highly sensitivity towards the temperature. The temperature ranging from 5 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees Celsius will play a very important role in maintaining the maximum efficacy of the enzymes. With the maximum efficacy of the enzymes, the rate of photosynthesis is subjected to increase. If sudden decrease in the temperature below 5 degrees Celsius leads to denaturation of enzyme, leads to sudden decrease in the rate of photosynthesis. If the plants are exposed to temperature more than 40 degrees Celsius, in such a conditions, even in such a condition, the enzymes are subjected to denaturation. With the denaturation of enzymes, even the enzyme activity also subjected to sudden decrease. Such a critical and crucial factor is mainly performed by the temperature, especially in case of xerophytic plants and in case of succulents. Even at 60 degrees Celsius, it maintains the maximum rate of photosynthesis. It is normally seen in case of certain xerophytic plants, namely in the cactus and in the Opuntia, and also in case of Welwitschia. In case of a gymnosperm called Welwitschia, you can find the presence of thermostability up to 60 degrees Celsius. The next important external factor that determines the rate of photosynthesis is called mineral nutrients. For the construction of pyranose ring of the chlorophyll pigment, it requires the essentiality of magnesium, manganese. It requires the essentiality of iron and chlorine derivatives. In determining the maximum rate of photosynthesis, the presence of some of the inorganic derivatives, namely zinc, magnesium, manganese, iron and chlorine are some of the important derivatives. They play a very important role in enhancing the rate of photosynthesis. Less availability of inorganic nutrients leads to sudden decrease in the rate of photosynthesis. With the malfunctioning of chlorophyll pigment. With the malfunctioning of the chlorophyll pigments, the rate of photosynthesis is subjected to decrease. In addition to this, the next and one of the important critical and crucial factor in determining the rate of photosynthesis is called water. Water is purely designated as liquid of life. In order to determine all the life activities on the Earth's surface, we need the essentiality of water. During the course of non-cyclic photophosphorylation, at 680 nanometer with the utilization of zinc and manganese complex, the water is subjected to photolysis. As a result of photolysis of water, it is evident with the liberation of hydrogen followed by the liberation of nascent oxygen. The liberated nascent oxygen is one of the incredible contribution offered by the green plants in order to determine all the life activities on the Earth's surface. In addition to this, in order to maintain oxygenic environmental conditions on the Earth's surface, we need the essentiality of water. In addition to this, especially in case of heterotrophic organisms, in order to exhibit the phenomenon of respiration followed by the breathing and exchange of gases, it requires the essentiality of nascent oxygen is one of the richest contribution and incredible contribution offered from the green plants through photosynthesis. The liberated hydrogen during the course of photolysis of water will play a very important role in converting or in reducing NADP into NADPH2. In order to reduce NADP into NADPH2, it requires the essentiality of hydrogen. That hydrogen is mainly contributed through photolysis of water. In addition to this, in order to translocate various types of mineral nutrients to each and every part of the plant body, and also in order to maintain the turgidity of the cell, and also in order to maintain the physical and living status of the protoplasm, it requires the essentiality of water. Because of all these unique characteristic features, the water is purely designated as liquid of life. Even the DNA shows high degree of affinity towards water. Yes, it is hydrophilic in nature. Finally, the last important external component that determines the rate of photosynthesis is carbon dioxide. In atmosphere, you can find the presence of 0.03% of carbon dioxide to 0.04% of carbon dioxide is seen in the atmosphere. The presence of carbon dioxide concentration from 0.03 to 0.04 carbon dioxide in the atmosphere will exhibit maximum rate of photosynthesis. In case of photosynthesis, the atmospheric carbon dioxide is reduced to carbohydrate derivative. For the contribution of carbon derivatives into the carbohydrate derivative, we need the essentiality of atmospheric carbon dioxide. It exhibits maximum rate of photosynthesis up to 0.1%. If the carbon dioxide concentration exceeds from 0.04 to 0.1%, the rate of photosynthesis is subjected to increase. If the carbon dioxide concentration is decreased to 0.03 to 0.01%. The rate of photosynthesis, the rate of carbon dioxide fixation in the photosynthesis is subjected to sudden decrease, Especially few plants growing in the greenhouses, namely in case of tomato and in case of bell pepper. Bell pepper is popularly designated as capsicum. Especially in case of bell pepper and in case of tomato, even at 0.05%, even at 0.05% of carbon dioxide will play a very important role in increasing the photosynthetic yield. Especially in case of greenhouses, it exhibits maximum rate of photosynthesis. It is seen especially in case of bell pepper and in case of tomato, capsicum, and in case of tomato, even at 0.05% of atmospheric carbon dioxide concentration, it resulting in the tremendous increase in the photosynthetic yield. Is seen especially among capsicum and tomatoes grown under laboratory condition. If the carbon dioxide concentration exceeds more than 0.1%, it leads to global warming. The global warming is global warming to the human community, leads to seasonal variation, leads to sudden increase in the Earth's surface temperature. It leads to sudden melting of icebergs and ice caps in the polar region. It leads to sudden increase in the sea level, followed by the decrease in the coastal areas, are resulted with the increase in the carbon dioxide concentration. Especially in case of C3 plants, at 450 ml of carbon dioxide shows maximum saturation. But in case of C4 plants, it exhibits carbon dioxide saturation at 360 ml. This is very, very important from the point of NEET examination. In case of C3 and in case of C4 plants, the carbon dioxide saturation is highly variable in nature. Especially in case of C3 plants, the carbon dioxide saturation will take place at 450 ml, whereas in case of sorghum, zear maize, in case of euphorbia, and in case of sugarcane, it exhibits saturation at 360 ml. This is with reference to carbon dioxide saturation, especially seen in C3 and in case of C4 plants. The last important aspect with reference to light is Blackman's law of limiting factor. For the first time, F.F. Blackman, he interpreted the law of limiting factor. As I earlier said, the carbon dioxide and the light will play a very important role in determining the rate of photosynthesis. According to Blackman's law of limiting factor, when a process is conditioned by conditioned by several factors. When a process is conditioned by several factors, the rate of process is limited by a pace of slowest factor. This law is called law of limiting factor. This law of limiting factor was put forwarded by F.F. Blackman. In order to explain the essentiality of sunlight, intensity of sunlight. When a process is conditioned by, when a biochemical, you can also use the word biochemical. When a process is conditioned by various several factors, or when a process is conditioned by several factors, the rate of process is limited by a pace of slowest factor, is limited by a pace of slowest factor. Yes, it is called as law of limiting factor. You are well familiarized that the photosynthesis is defined as the aggregation of carbon dioxide, water, with the utilization of sunlight, with the utilization of mineral nutrients, with the help of chlorophyll pigment, the atmospheric carbon dioxide will get converted into carbohydrate derivative in the form of starch with the liberation of nascent oxygen. Such a unique type of anabolic reaction is called photosynthesis. In case of Blackman's law of limiting factor, in determining the rate of photosynthesis, the carbon dioxide and the light intensity will play a very important role. Even though with the increased availability of carbon dioxide followed by the less availability of light intensity, the rate of photosynthesis is subjected to decrease. In this case, the light will act as a limiting factor. In converting atmospheric carbon dioxide into a carbohydrate derivative. Yes, in a statement, he clearly illustrated that when a process is conditioned by several factors, the photosynthesis is conditioned by several factors, namely light, oxygen, temperature, mineral nutrients, carbon dioxide and water. The rate of process is limited by the pace of slowest factor. Even though with the increased availability of carbon dioxide followed by the very less intensity of sunlight, the rate of photosynthesis is subjected to decrease. In this case, the light will act as a limiting factor. Yes, it is designated as Blackman's law of limiting factor. Are some of the important interpretations with reference to external factors that determines the rate of photosynthesis. In addition to the external factors, some of the internal factors will also play a very important role in the rate of photosynthesis. With reference to the internal factors that determines the rate of photosynthesis are namely, the first important one is chlorophyll pigment. The second one is leafy anatomy. leafy anatomy. The third one is protoplasm, and the last important one is the age of the leaf, are some of the important factors that determines the rate of photosynthesis. The first important internal factor is chlorophyll. If a plant or if a leaf is characterized by the presence of well organized chlorophyll pigments, in such a conditions, the rate of photosynthesis is subjected to increase. In addition to this, if you observe the upper region of the leafy anatomy, you can find the presence of palisade parenchyma. With the presence of palisade parenchyma, it will provide larger surface area in order to trap light energy. Because of the presence of palisade parenchyma, compared to lower region, the upper region will exhibit maximum rate of photosynthesis. Hence, in determining the rate of photosynthesis, the presence of palisade parenchyma will play a very important role in determining the rate of photosynthesis. In a valid terminology, the protoplasm is defined as the physical and the living component of the cell is called protoplasm. If a plant is characterized by the presence of well-defined and well-organized protoplasm, then it exhibits maximum rate of photosynthesis. In addition to this, with the age also, the rate of photosynthesis will determine. If a plant in the young age, the rate of photosynthesis is maximum because of the presence of well-defined and well-organized chlorophyll pigments. With the aging process, it leads to the biosynthesis of abscisic acid, leads to senescence. With the natural aging of the leaf, followed by the decoloration and disintegration of chlorophyll pigments, leads to sudden decrease in the photosynthesis. Are some of the important internal factors that determines the rate of photosynthesis. The last important interpretation with reference to photosynthesis in higher plants is with reference to significance of photosynthesis. Finally, I will once again repeat the statement. The photosynthesis is defined as the aggregation of carbon dioxide, water in the presence of sunlight. With the utilization of mineral nutrient, the chlorophyll pigment will effectively convert atmospheric carbon dioxide into a carbohydrate derivative with the biosynthesis of starch as a final end product of photosynthesis with the liberation of nascent oxygen. The photosynthesis is very, very essential in order to convert light energy into chemical form of energy. It requires the essentiality of photosynthesis. Is one of the primary importance of photosynthesis. The chemical form of energy, it is in the form of starch. By exhibiting the phenomenon of eating and being eaten, the energy is transferred from one tropic level to another tropic level across the ecosystem. Hence, in energy transformation, across the ecosystem, it requires the essentiality of photosynthesis. In order to convert atmospheric carbon dioxide into a carbohydrate, it requires the essentiality of various mineral nutrients. In biogeochemical cycling of nutrients, it requires the essentiality of photosynthesis. In addition to this, in order to maintain or in order to limit the carbon dioxide concentration on the Earth's surface, in order to limit the carbon dioxide concentration on the Earth's surface, it requires the essentiality of photosynthesis. Another important incredible contribution offered from the photosynthesis is the liberation of nascent oxygen. The nascent oxygen is very essential in order to maintain oxygenic environmental conditions on the Earth's surface. Oxygenic environmental conditions on the Earth's surface, we need the essentiality of nascent oxygen, especially in case of heterotrophic organisms. In order to exhibit the phenomenon of respiration, it requires the essentiality of nascent oxygen in order to liberate the energy. In addition to this, some of the important richest natural fuels are namely black diamond called coal, liquid gold called petrol, are the two richest resources mainly synthesized through photosynthesis. During the Carboniferous period, with the compression led to the formation of coal. With the deposition of marine water followed by the marine creatures, resulting in the formation of mantle core around the oceanic water, resulting in the formation of liquid gold called petrol. Both the fossil fuels, namely coal and petrol, are the richest products of photosynthesis. In addition to this, for the biosynthesis of food, timber, gums, resins, alkaloids, for the practice of two ancient medicinal practices, namely Ayurveda and homeopathy, we are purely relied on photosynthetic product. We are purely relied on the photosynthetic products. In addition to this, various photosynthetic pigments are widely used in the Ayurveda and homeopathy in order to treat various disorders. Are some of the important richest services normally offered by the green plants through photosynthesis. This is with reference to importance of photosynthesis. By this, the chapter is comes to end. In the next class, I will discuss respiration in plants. Before that, I will complete the remaining multiple choice questions pertaining to the chapter photosynthesis in higher plants. The next important multiple choice question is the question number 71. In photosynthesis, photolysis of water is useful for reducing the nicotinamide dinucleotide into reduced form of NADPH2. It requires the essentiality of water. Reduction of NADP is the right answer. Photosynthesis is translocated through, it is always translocated through phloem cells. Which of the following transfers the electrons in electron transport system? The two proton carriers, namely cytochrome B6 and cytochrome F. In that, the cytochrome is the proton carrier. Electrons, it mainly transfers electrons in the electron transport system. Which one of the following is not a stage of Calvin cycle? The Calvin cycle is normally evidenced in three important steps, namely carboxylation, reduction, and regeneration are the three important steps involved in the Melvin-Calvin cycle or in the C3 cycle. Carboxylation, reduction, and regeneration are the main important steps. But in the question they illustrated which one of the following is not a stage. Not a stage is oxygenation, is not a stage in the Calvin cycle. Which one of the following is, next question, which one of the following is not a limiting factor for photosynthesis? Some of the important limiting factors are light, oxygen, temperature, mineral nutrients, carbon dioxide, and water are the limiting factors. In that, sound is not a limiting factor. Sound is not a limiting factor. Question number 76. Read the statement 1 and 2. In the first statement, 6 molecules of carbon dioxide and 12 molecules of NADPH2 and 18 molecules of ATP are utilized to form one hexose sugar or one molecule of hexose molecule. Yes, it is true. Light reaction resulting in the formation of ATP and NADPH2. Light reaction resulting in the formation of ATP and NADPH2. During the course of cyclic photophosphorylation, it takes part in the biosynthesis of ATP. During the non-cyclic photophosphorylation, it takes part in the biosynthesis of both ATP and NADPH2. Yes, both the statement 1 and 2 are true, but statement 2 is not a correct explanation to the statement 1. Yes, the option B is the correct answer. C4 plants are special because they have a special type of leafy anatomy called Kranz anatomy, characterized by the presence of mesophyll and bundle sheath cells. They tolerate high temperature. Yes, it is normally seen in case of succulents. The plants growing in the tropical and in the subtropical region, you can find the presence of C4 pathway. They shows response to high temperature intensities. Yes, it can withstand temperature up to 35 to 45 degrees Celsius. They lack of process called photorespiration. It exhibits very less of photorespiration. Because of the less photorespiration, it incorporates one extra carbon atom. Yes, the stable compound synthesized in case of C4 cycle is 4 carbon containing oxaloacetic acid. They have greater productivity of biomass. Yes, it is true. It fixes one extra carbon atom. Because of the true statements, the right option is of the above statements, all the 5 statements are true. Yes, the right option is all of these. Next question. Consider the following statement with respect to photosynthesis. With respect to photosynthesis. In this case, read the statements. The first carbon dioxide acceptor in C4 cycle is PGA, phosphoglyceric acid. Is the wrong statement. It is oxaloacetic acid. And it is phosphoenol pyruvate. It is phosphoenol pyruvate. Yes, the statement 1 is wrong. In C3 plant, the stable product photosynthesis during the dark reaction is ribulose biphosphate. Again, it is the wrong statement. Ribulose biphosphate fixed the atmospheric carbon dioxide led to the formation of 3 molecules of 3 carbon ion containing PGA is synthesized. Yes, even the second statement is also wrong. Cyclic photophosphorylation resulting in the formation of ATP. Yes, it is true. Oxygen, which is liberated during the photosynthesis, comes from water through photolysis of water. Both the statements 3 and 4 are correct. Yes, the right option is C. You have to make a change. The options are printed here. B, C, D. You have to transfer to the below A of 78th question. From this, it has to transfer to below 78th question. Which of the following is mismatched? Photosystem 1 uses light energy at 700 molecules in its photocenter. Photosystem 1. Yes, it is true statement. We have to detect the mismatch. First statement is true. Antenna complex contains hundreds of pigment molecules. Yes, it contains 200 to 400 photosynthetic pigments. Yes, it is true. Phosphoglyceric acid is a 3-carbon containing carbon compound. Yes, it is true. You have to detect the mismatch. Dark reaction takes place in the grana of the chloroplast is the mismatch. Light reaction takes place in the grana, whereas dark reaction takes place in the stroma region. Question number 80. Which pair is wrong? You have to detect the wrong pair. C3 plants are normally seen in majority of the plants. They illustrated that maize plant. Maize plant exhibits Kranz anatomy. It is the site for the exhibition of C4 cycle. Yes, the wrong pair is A. Next question. Which of the following is wrongly matched? Which of the following pair is wrongly matched? Sorghum, it exhibits Kranz anatomy. Yes, it is true. Photosystem 2, it initiates reaction center or photocenter at 700. It is completely wrong statement. It initiates at 680 nanometer. Yes, B statement is the wrongly matched statement. Next question. Choose the correct combination of labeling the carbohydrate molecule involved in the Calvin cycle. In the first place, the ribulose biphosphate through the enzyme ribulose biphosphate carboxylase enzyme, Rubisco. The atmospheric carbon dioxide is subjected to fixation, leads to carboxylation process. As a result of carboxylation process, it is evident with the formation of first stable chemical compound called 3 molecules of 3 carbon containing phosphoglyceric acid is actively synthesized. In the second position, it is phosphoglyceric acid. The phosphoglyceric acid is subjected to reduction resulting in the formation of triose phosphate. Out of 3 molecules of triose phosphate, 2 molecules gets converted into glucose and fructose, resulting in the formation of sucrose, with aggregation of sucrose molecules resulting in the formation of starch. In the third place, it is triose phosphate. Hence, the right statement is D. Once the triose phosphate is synthesized, only out of 3 molecules, only 2 molecules are utilized for the biosynthesis of starch. Another molecule of triose phosphate is subjected to regeneration process through phosphorylation process, resulting in the continuation of C3 cycle. Question number 83. The diagram represents the Calvin cycle. At which stage the atmospheric carbon dioxide is incorporated? In the C3 cycle or in the Melvin-Calvin cycle, the ribulose biphosphate through the enzyme Rubisco, the atmospheric carbon dioxide is subjected to fixation, resulting in the formation of first stable chemical compound called PGA. Yes, the carbon dioxide has to fix in the P place. P. Yes, the right statement is A. Two groups of isolated thylakoids are placed in acidic bathing solution so that the hydrogen diffuses into the thylakoids. They are transferred to the basic bathing solution and one group is placed in the light while the other group is kept in the dark. Select the choice given below that describe what you expect each group of thylakoids to produce. In the light reaction, it is evident with the liberation of ATP through cyclic and non-cyclic photophosphorylation, through non-cyclic photophosphorylation, through photolysis of water led to the liberation of nascent oxygen. In the light reaction, in the dark reaction led to the utilization of ATP. Yes, the right option is B. Observe the graphical representation. Identify A and B in the graph. In that, A will signifies the rate of photosynthesis that will determine the rate of light absorption. B determines the rate of light absorption. This is with reference to some of the important multiple choice questions comes under photosynthesis. For other questions, I will post few more related multiple choice questions in your group. Try to answer. If any doubts, please WhatsApp personally. Thank you very much. In the next class, I will come as respiration in plants. Thank you very much. Stay home, stay safe.